It's football time, and we scored a dime. Football's on, so let's smoke a bomb. TGIF.
On this week's very special episode of Thank God It's Fantasy, the gang waits for a mystery guest and has no idea that the things they're saying will be used on a podcast. Starring Capo as Capo of the Stugots Army. He's got the good stew as DraftKings' worst nightmare. Squirrely Dan's older brother as the Godfather. Steak Sauce as the reigning defending Yo Mama Moss champion. And featuring Wade Jones as the guy who never opens his microphone. Drinks with Ron as Ernest T. Bass. And introducing our very special mystery guest. But yeah, Wes seems pretty content on his intent, I guess. Wrong. It's $2.
Find yourself.
Yeah, I will. I got my own bucket, so it's
very good.
Yeah, I think we got about $10-12 in there. Is that
you guys hear me?
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
Joe.
Well, Wes said his power's been going out, so not sure how likely we are to have him.
Recycling excuses, huh? Didn't we use that one once?
He did. I've been waiting for him to send me a picture of his power out or something. And then, oh, look, buddy. I said, shit, I thought your Wi-Fi was run by two squirrels on a wheel, so I didn't think that affected you, but...
Well, I think he's in, Tennessee, so it's pretty crappy.
Yeah, well, this is kind of that storm time of year. We're moving into tornado season up here.
Where are you at, Ron?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh. God, I'm sorry I asked.
In the middle of damn nowhere.
Are you a Packer guy?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No, I lucked out. I actually, a couple weeks ago when I got hammered, I was like, I need to call my brother and fucking thank him for making me a Steelers fan from birth. Like there's a lot of ways that could have went that would not have been a fun last 30-something years.
What up, State?
What's up, everybody?
All right.
How are we doing?
Enjoying beautiful Las Vegas. I'm good.
Yeah.
Dan set the over-under for beers at 6.9, so I think I'm taking the under tonight. This will be my first under if I hit it. I'll feel good.
Steak, how'd you do with Bayern today?
I didn't play that. I bet fucking Chelsea and got my shit kicked in.
I played Bayern. That didn't work out well.
I'm in a group chat with Mike Ryan, and Mike Ryan was talking shit about me. Talking shit about my bet. He's like, what kind of fucking asshole would bet an over on Madrid?
So, to be clear, is that another soccer chat, or is that a gambling chat?
That is actually a movies chat that I turned into a gambling/soccer chat.
I was going to say movies, I'm out. So, yeah, I don't need to be added. I'm good with our soccer.
The only time soccer comes up is when I talk about what I bet on. And then
just take my soccer takes and use them in the other chat and act like you
did. That's what I'm doing.
They didn't score, did they, Bayern?
No, 1-0 loss. That's what was surprising. I mean, you figure, Bayern, you take the over, right? Like, they're good for 3-4 goals any day.
I think I jinxed them by betting them.
All right, I'm sending the link to.
So does anybody want to lead us in when he comes in? I don't know. Other people probably have better connection than I do.
I was on a Zoom with him before for an interview, but I was driving around Baltimore picking things up, and so I wasn't on video. And I was just in the background commenting, showed it the whole entire time as everybody else viewed them. So, yeah. But I'm not the one to go to these things. I'm here for shits and giggles.
Hey, you're the one who got him, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't my idea. I think Ron, if you just want to go ahead and lead the way.
Yeah, maybe I'll just start. Just ask him what his exact title is, and kind of a brief rundown of what he does with the show, or is that kind of redundant?
No, I think that's good because I don't think a lot of people they haven't explained exactly what he does.
Yeah, they do kind of a shit job with that. I can't remember how many months it was before I knew what the fuck Tony was doing there.
Finally, del dia. That's all we need to know about involvement.
Yeah.
We, at least, us super fans know who is. I don't think even maybe all the super fans, they might just know him as a new guy.
If you don't listen every day, there's a good chance people haven't heard him on the show, because he didn't talk every day.
Right. Today was a good day for that. You know how that works in something this size. He's doing 92 other things.
Yeah.
Dick, I was trying to figure it out. Was he at Moss that you are aware of?
Yeah, I saw him at Moss, but I didn't know who he was. I saw him running.
I didn't either.
I recognized him after I met him on Zoom. I was like, oh, that's who that guy was at Moss.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very blurry to begin with, but
yeah.
I don't know.
What a night.
He wasn't a thing then, or he was just new to the show then, right?
Yeah, I don't think he'd even spoken on mic yet. I fucked up at Moss. I ran into Angel, and I was so shit-faced. I kept calling him Lorenzo. I promise I'm not racist, bro. I promise I'm not.
I didn't know Angel was there either.
I just avoid that by referring to everyone as dude. Then I'm never wrong. Worked with dudes at a warehouse for like 9 months. It's like, hey, dude, you want to get that forklift? Which one? It don't matter. Either one of you dudes.
Fun. Especially when I'm drinking from now on. I'm just, dude, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my memory's terrible with that.
I'm so bad.
Meet somebody 15 times. Be like, hey, bro.
Especially that night, man. I woke up and I saw pictures of myself on Twitter, and I was like, what the fuck? I took that picture? Like, I was doing the fucking phone wall with the backdrop, and I was like, I did that. Okay. Fucking asshole I am.
Yeah. That's how you know you had a good one. It must have been the Oktoberfest party. I got up and was like, oh, there's shit on my Snapchat story. Like, I don't remember this. This could go any number of directions.
I hope you didn't bet today, Steak. It's a slaughter out there for me.
Just bet that Chelsea match and lost. I don't bet a lot of NBA or I definitely don't bet any hockey. I'll probably bet some baseball tomorrow just because it's opening day. But
I'm pretty stupid for betting NBA right now. Not like you can predict any of it.
I'm done with big bets until the NBA playoffs, probably.
I got crushed Final Four. Just everything with that.
Dude, that Kansas guy was shaving points, bro. The guy who ran out of bounds.
Oh God,
I'm telling you,
so bad.
He was shaving points. He had UNC +4. There's no explanation. He just ran out of bounds.
Did you guys think the floor moved? He ran out of bounds twice.
Yeah.
Did you guys think the floor moved when that dude?
When Baycott hurt his ankle? Yeah. Have you seen the video of it? The floor collapsed.
It looks like it.
It sinks in.
First angle looked like I seen a floorboard pop up like in a cartoon. I even yelled at my son, the floorboard fucking moved. Yeah. And then no replay showed it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe my eyes just tricked me because that happens a lot to me.
The first time I saw it, I expected the board to pop up and hit him in the face like in Christmas Vacation when he's in the attic piano. How's this floor this loose?
Man, he waited all game to dig that hard down on his ankle. Like he tried to cut so hard on that hurt ankle. Like
he was hurt, right?
Yeah. What are you doing?
They would have won if Caleb Love hadn't turned his ankle because he was not right after that. He couldn't even make layups after that.
Dude, I took the Kansas money line when they were down 14 or 16.
Yeah, what'd you get it at?
Nothing. Bullshit. It was +320.
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy. People knew it was going to happen. Expected it.
Because even at halftime, it was +230. And I was like, that's it?
Yeah.
But it had happened 2 or 3 times already in the tournament and in their conference.
Kansas had done it, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was nothing happening in that game to suggest that Kansas was going to win it. And I just took it just because I fucking I have a problem,
Plus money. I'm with you. I take almost all the plus monies. I'm like,
I do that all the time. I can't wait. I love it when NFL teams get down 21, 24. I don't know. I DM'd them. We'll see what happens.
Did you get a top 5 together for Capo's draft shenanigans?
I have it memorized. I'm the one who came up with it.
Perfect. I'll probably throw that to you at some point, after we kind of get into what he does. We'll probably throw that to you so we got something to run a goat piss Mike fake ad for. And then we'll probably
did so many things that I enjoyed in the draft. There's just too many to count.
Yeah.
So
It was a magical evening.
including, I should have added that he gave a Wendy's promo without any prompt, without any money. I mean,
Right. Yeah. Well, free
is there
plug
anything
for
else you want
Wendy's.
to? Is there anything you want to promote tonight, Cap? For no reason?
You never walk alone. Liverpool. Send your kids there. Sign them up.
I didn't know you were a Liverpool guy.
You should read back in the chat a little bit.
Yeah, I've been in a soccer chat with you for like a year.
I don't know how you guys do soccer. I'm sorry, Stick. I know we saw an exciting game and an exciting moment, but that
Sports.
shit is boring.
Sports. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. There's sports on my TV. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's sports on my TV. 7
I'm getting
o'clock
up
at
at-
night. Basketball. There's sports on my TV. There's
Yeah,
I
sports.
guess that would be a reason.
Once
Yeah,
you
I like-
understand what's happening, like you can, it's so beautiful to watch a good build up to a goal, and you get to see like the overlapping runs and the cross, and you're like, oh, this is going to be so pretty. It literally is the beautiful game. Like I can watch soccer is the only sport I can watch without any action on it. Like I just appreciate it. And I watch like lower tier American soccer, not even MLS. New Mexico United, baby.
Stick, I'm actually a New Mexico United fan as well. Since I know that's your squad, what I did is I followed them on the I'll cut that out. Whatever that one app that watches sports on it, right? And in my favorites, oh well, they don't have a game anytime soon. But anyway, I would show you that I have I'm following them to let me know whenever they have a game. So
Yeah, they just started their U.S. Open Cup run last night.
I know they fell a little short of the playoffs last year, but
Yeah. Well, in
got
2019, they beat 2 MLS teams in the U.S. Open Cup. They made it to the quarterfinals. That was the farthest USL team that advanced in the U.S. Open Cup.
When was that game that we clinched the World Cup berth? Last week? I got crushed on that. We didn't even show up. I just lost my ass.
I saw the lineup and I was like, U.S. is going to dominate. Like they came here to win. They want to clinch with a win.
Did we even score?
That was such a weird game to bet, though, because like we just couldn't lose by 6 goals.
Lose by 6. So, but I thought they just run out all the scrubbed guys.
Like you could see they were kind of like half stepping. I felt like
Once they got down, they were just playing out the clock. They were just they didn't care about scoring.
And they I don't know why I want to call them Peru, Costa Rica. They just parked the bus. I mean, it was everybody was back defending. So
which is weird because they're not shut up. They're not qualifying. You know.
Oh yeah, but I mean, they felt like they didn't. As long as they didn't get anybody suspended that game, then they could have everybody in the summer against New Zealand or whatever. And I mean, with Navas, Costa Rica's their threat. I mean, any game they could not give up a goal because that keeper is just serious.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, where you at?
He hadn't responded.
Soccer talk.
That's one of the few negatives about gambling, Joe, is like I had U.S. winning that game.
Yeah.
And then they lost, but they qualified for the World Cup, so I should have been happy, right? Hell no. I was about my money.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where I'm becoming almost not a fan only of winning bets.
That's why I don't have an NFL team. I don't cheer for any NFL team. I just cheer for my bets,
That's smart.
And then I never bet Tennessee games, or I try not to bet Tennessee.
I gotta have some action tonight, so I guess I'm gonna lay it with the Clippers. Suns should be playing no one.
I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah, they clinched, right?
I'm no expert, but you got a Knicks up 13 with, quarter and a half left.
So they're about to blow it. Is that what you're saying?
I wonder what Brooklyn would be. Would that be a good bet for you guys? Because I feel like they're going to come back and win this game.
Funny you should ask that, Cap. Give me one moment. I'll tell you what the line is.
Oh, that was a good alley-oop for the Knicks.
Oh, I thought you meant that handoff there. I was like,
yeah,
that was good.
You're regular Chris Cody on the color commentary there.
I don't know what's going on.
All right, go.
Knicks minus 500 in play, minus 8.5.
I forgot about this horrible feeling where you're waiting for the guest to join and you're just like fucking. When we did the one with Katie Nolan, I was like literally shaking, just like waiting for her to come on. And then when she came on, I started shaking more. I was like, oh my God. Just that whole time she was like 12, always late, with Katie Nolan. She was like 20 minutes late, and I was just, oh God, she's not going to show up. This sucks.
God, some of these ESPN people I completely forgot about.
Yeah.
I just took the Nets in play minus or plus 9.5. Why not?
Yeah. So you guys planning on making this like a weekly podcast, or what's the?
We didn't really have a plan. It was we were just going to kind of roll out the draft and go from there. So it's kind of turning into a weekly deal.
Well, I guess a little further BTS, like I think I had mentioned the West, and he was like, Ron wants to do it. And I was like, oh, we should just do a fantasy football one weekly. And then, everybody came together, and, it's everything that they've done is it's just wild how soon it came together. So,
during the season, fantasy will be cool because me and Bo were battling for the bottom, and you didn't want to be the last place guy. And,
I was right there with you.
And there's no LEBATARD or LEBATARD and Friends sort of fantasy football pod. You know what I mean? So like there's no adjacent to it. And I mean, Wes has his own, master plan
and Wes ended up going against ASOM, so obviously there were rooting interests there. So
I don't know about that guy. He's still around, huh?
Well, he had a lot to say when his team started doing good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
A lot to say.
I'm blocked, so I don't see anything.
Oh.
I was in a league last year with the Guillermo Mafia guys, and then the punishment last place had to do an NFL Combine dressed as Nacho Libre.
Oh.
I'm like 90% sure that the mayor lost. He finished last. So you just reminded me that the mayor owes a...
I was just saying, did anyone do it?
Nobody's done it. I didn't see shit. I was close to finishing last, and I was just going to delete my Twitter account. I was like, I'm not doing this. You guys are never going to see me again.
That's funny because after fantasy, I believe Mayor joined our fitness chat to try to, work a little bit.
Yeah, that explains it. You tried to bulk up for Libre.
Yeah, he's trying to get in the Libre shape.
Yeah, slim down, get into those tights. Not very forgiving.
Yeah, that's not a flattering look for anybody.
Yeah, we had Juju in that league too. Juju is so fun to play fantasy football with.
I bet.
I just love guys.
He must be in every league because he was in D-Rose league also.
Yeah, he's in every. He had to be in like 20 leagues last year.
And he's always sending trades and stuff. And
I kicked his ass. That's my claim to fame.
Yeah, I'd rather have those super active owners than somebody who just
True.
Doesn't do anything.
I finally just agreed to a trade where he screwed me over just because it was him. I was like, all right, you can have it.
I'll let him have one. You're Juju. You can have it. Go ahead.
Have you guys heard? I traded him Kyler Murray for a follow, and Kyler Murray got hurt and sat out for 4 or 5 weeks in a row.
Did he unfollow you?
Yeah, no. The LEBATARD show, the show account.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
He's all about working some other side deal with non-players involved.
I think I traded him Murray for Wentz straight up.
Why would you do that?
That's worth a follow. That's worth like a follow and like a few retweets.
Well, I got the follow, and I still finished first place in the league, even though I lost the championship game.
Somebody's got to be screaming collusion there. One guy has that vein coming out of his head. Collusion.
I don't think anybody in the league really cared because he did those trades he was talking about on the air with Cortez in our league.
Oh, okay.
And he got like all Cortez's good players and gave him nobody.
Oh.
And then Juju still didn't make the playoffs.
I think I'm going to have to cut back on leagues. I have too many. I have a problem. I'm working on it.
I was only in 3 last year. I'm getting in more this year. I need to get one for you, Steak and Goods, one of your money leagues. I want to get one of them.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you have too many teams and too many players, and like every touchdown like helps you and hurts you.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just like cheering, and then you finish like 8-8 or whatever in every league.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody, we had one point this year, I think the entire league other than 3 guys was like 7-7. Like it's all going to come down to the last week. And then, like you said, with so many guys, I'm like, well, okay, I need Zach Ertz to score a touchdown, but not 2 touchdowns because he's playing against this guy I got over here. But I also have him in a different league. I had this whole convoluted thing like, all right, I can still win all these games. He's got to score between 12 and 15, and that's it.
Yep. I need Kelsey to score a touchdown, but not be thrown from Mahomes.
Yeah.
For rushing touchdowns for tight ends.
And there's always something screwy.
When I had
what are the worst beats?
Going on today. Oh man,
are there worse beats in fantasy football or betting?
Betting.
I honestly can't decide.
I feel like you're betting. You could just be like, there's 80 different things that could have happened to not lose the bet.
Yeah.
And then football is just like, oh, if you didn't have that 12-yard reception, I would have won. You know.
I think the best win I ever got. It came down to Monday night, and I was done. So the guy going against me had like Anquan Bolden, and he's just slowly racking up these receptions. I'm like, as long as he stops here, I'm good. There's under a minute left. He gets a reception, and I'm like, shit, he just beat me. So before I even get my whiskey poured, they throw to him again. He catches, fumbles, gets like -3, and I'm back like, there it is. They lost the ball. I'm like, before that fucking ice was even wet, I was like, victory from the jaws of defeat.
That would be a good one.
Also had a guy lose. It was back when Ocho Cinco was having a good day against Peyton Manning, and Manning put up like 40 or 50 something, but they got up. So at the end, they took the kneel downs, and he lost 0.3 points for the 3 yards on the kneel down and wound up losing.
The worst.
Oh, it was. It wasn't even me, and I felt terrible. I watched it in real time. Oh shit, they kneeled.
I've lost bets like that where I have like over 30.5 rushing yards for a quarterback, and then you're kneeling down with 32 yards, and I'm like, no.
That happened in the Super Bowl with Mahomes.
Yeah.
Or when they take those real aggressive, like 5-yard kneel down, and like, no, just fucking get down.
Just kneel at the line.
Right. There.
Kneel forward somehow.
Right.
Bring in the backup to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the worst is when you score the second most points in the league and you played the guy who scored the most.
Yeah.
The worst beat I had came like 5 years ago, and losing this game kept me out of the playoffs. The only way he could beat me is if Adrian Peterson broke off like a 90-yard touchdown. He could have got 99 and fallen down. He could have got a touchdown like 40 yards and under. But breaking it is what beat me. I seriously almost broke my phone. And it was always against a guy who just loves to talk about how great his skill is.
Yeah, right.
Is that kind of play.
There's no skill when it comes to fantasy football.
No, especially not this last few years.
How can you say that
injuries.
after watching Wes?
38 fucking trades, was it? Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Who has access to the waiting room?
There isn't one.
Troy.
Oh, it's just open?
Yeah, it's just open.
Okay.
He's probably still working on some. I mean,
He's got little kids too. He's probably trying to put them to bed or something.
He's signing autographs after all his airtime today.
This long wait for a guest who may or may not show up, brought to you by
Chris Whittingham's Fancy Lad brand anal floss. Are you uptight enough? Are you sure? Just try and slide some Fancy Lad brand anal floss between your cheeks. If it fits, you're not wound tightly enough, and should immediately correct someone's grammar or pronunciation to restore proper tautness. Chris Whittingham's Fancy Lad brand anal floss. The gentleman needs to be sure. Chris Whittingham Fancy Lad anal floss does not protect in any way from a flying drive soccer ball to the penis.
No, we just we were talking to Angel this past week, and I don't know if I'm revealing anything too big. We were talking about he might do a live show, or we might record from the next Moss. So that would be Interesting to see how 40 people get on.
Wait, you guys are going to record from the next Moss? Oh, I can't wait to watch that.
You can't even. Yeah, hey, if that happens, add me back to the group chat.
I'm gonna be in the background just screaming shit stain to try to mess you guys up.
Oh God, just please, anybody, just go out. I would love it. It would be awesome.
I'm gonna be in VIP screaming for Barrett to bring me drinks.
If you leave me out of VIP again, you and me are gonna have a Jim Everett, Jim Rome moment. I just watched that. That's it. Today's the anniversary of it.
That was a once in a lifetime moment. That was magical how it happened.
Yeah, because that was back when shit was like, how did shit go viral back in the day? You know, some asshole got it on VHS and passed it around like, no, you got to see this.
Yeah, I feel like I watched live. I think I was watching. I used to watch Rome all the time.
Does he still guys like?
I don't know.
Back in the day, I guess.
Anymore?
Sorry, guys.
Rome?
He probably has something on like Sirius or something. I don't know.
I'm sure he was on Freedom last year, so I'm sure he was plugging something.
I don't listen to anything but LEBATARD, really. A couple of wrestling podcasts and gambling podcasts.
Yeah, I'm basically LEBATARD, and I don't know if something squirrely like when the lockout happened. Like, all right, I'll go back to Samson because he's going to have some insight on this.
Yeah.
Ooh, is he getting kicked off? He got booted from tomorrow.
Saw that today. First, we're going to start ascertaining officially on the network, and
love it.
What a day!
Makes my team so much stronger.
Did you see his interaction? Samson's interaction with Bomani.
Bomani wiped the floor with him.
You can't argue with Bomani Jones. Nobody can. I don't care how smart Samson is. Like, you can't argue with Bomani.
No, because he's not going to let him do that slippery management shit where he tries to write it off as that's how business is done.
Start of the fourth quarter, you got it down to 10.
I saw that. I'll take it. It was just 18. So
yeah, that's what I was before we started talking. Like the last minute or so, they just run on a run. That's what I was going to say. And then, forgot the other point.
Are they still playing their guys? Are they still playing like Durant and Kyrie?
Yeah, looks like it. KD just missed a 3 at the end, so they got another quarter to go. They're going to win this game. Knicks are terrible.
I bet a money line too, so plus 400 maybe, something like that.
Suns and Clippers is later. I bet you the Clippers go up by like 15-20 and then still lose.
I better do an in-play bet then because I bet them minus 6.5.
Them and the Jazz, they love to do that, especially the Jazz lately. But I really had something else to say. I don't know what the fuck I was going to say.
I got something. I think
NBA is my least favorite bet.
I've been wanting to tell a story somewhere, but since I don't do any podcast anymore, I'll tell it. I want to tell you guys. So I was on Stupodity a couple weeks ago, like they did the Zoom, you know. And I was at home and I was like writing a story and I saw the Zoom link and I was like, yeah, let's go. I waited in the waiting room for like 40 minutes and I finally got on and I was hitting my vape pen and Stugatz thought I was getting high. And I was like, it's just nicotine, but I just went with it, you know? And multiple times in the episode, he was like, yeah, look at us, get a couple of stoners cutting it up, you know? I'm like, yeah, this is great, you know? And then he's like, what story? What are you doing? I was like, I'm just writing a story about a library. And he's like, how do you make it interesting? I was like, I don't. I just write it. I go into work the next day and my boss comes in and she's like, hey, my husband wanted to know how that story about the library turned out. And I was like, what? He's a big fan and he knows who I am and listens to Stupodity. And I was like, hey, I promise this is nicotine. Like, I don't smoke weed. I swear to God. Like, I'll take a drug test if I need to. She's like, no, we don't even test for that anymore. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's not legal in New Mexico, huh?
As of April 1st, yeah.
Okay.
How's this for bullshit? Have I told you the gambling situation?
No.
So we have 4 legal sports books because they're on Native American reservations.
No apps, though, right?
No apps.
Yeah.
And they just have the shittiest odds, and they don't offer like anything. I went for the Super Bowl just to see if they had any props. They had 1 page of props. It was probably like 25 props total for the Super Bowl.
You're kidding.
Like, why you didn't have a sports book? You know?
Do you know who runs it?
The tribes own it.
No, I mean, like, they don't have like a BetMGM or FanDuel or DraftKings.
They're partnered with somebody. It's William Hill, I think.
Is it William Hill? Well,
Maybe.
that'd be Caesars now.
Yeah. But I mean, why wouldn't they develop an app, bro?
Well, so because I worked for William Hill for 7 years prior to last year, and they don't have an app because the tribes want people in the door. So they know that once you get your app, you're not going to show up anymore unless you got to make it.
You know, that makes sense. Because you know how many times I go on there to put in a bet and I end up dropping $300 at the roulette table?
Yeah. So they want you. They did like a 2 or 3 year deal where they said, okay, we'll legalize it, but as long as, you know, for 2 years you won't do an app. And then you got to get a bunch of those bets approved. So if you don't have people like on the ball, like getting these special props approved, that's probably why they had so few, because they got it. And these new states that are getting it, you send it to them and they're like, well, what is this? I've never heard of this, because they don't know anything about sports betting. Yeah. So they're like super strict. Mississippi's got to be the biggest group of idiots I've ever seen. They're like, you offer in-play betting? It's like, yeah. They're like, you mean you're betting on whether the next pitch is going to be a ball or a strike? It's like, no, you're betting on who's going to win based on the live action, not the next exact moment of a game. So it's weird. And didn't you say you had to pay with crypto?
No, that's my other.
Oh, that's your offshore one or online account?
There's a sports book like 20 minutes for me, but I don't like, they don't offer shit, you know. And I do a lot of live betting, so I need another option.
Oh, I can't even tell you the last time I bet live at a sports book. I'm on the app all the time.
Yeah. But even if I'm like there watching the game that I bet on, I can't go and bet live money lines. I could bet halftime scores.
Oh, they don't even have live.
They don't have live. No.
Wow. Interesting.
That was kind of cool though, man. I spent so many years just like calling a bookie and meeting him in a alley, shady dude, and then to actually go and place like a legal sports bet in my own town was nice. Well,
how do you like that we're one of the few that got to bet that Florida app while it was going here in Moss?
I never got paid from them, I don't think.
And then I did eventually. And then they fucked a bunch of shit up. Yeah. They graded shit wrong. And then they're the ones who fucking narked on Calvin Ridley. It was that app.
Yeah, it was. Right. Yeah, that's right.
Which, by the way, I worked for a sports betting company. You are not required to report somebody on that, okay? You're required to report certain things. You're not required to say, oh, this person, you know, we have Floyd Mayweather betting fucking millions every weekend. We don't have to tell somebody that a professional athlete's doing it.
Yeah, that was weird. Little snitches.
Well, and he's going to what? He's going to get blackballed for betting an 8-teamer, which he had no chance of winning no matter what.
Betting an 8-teamer isn't even gambling. Like, that's just you're buying a lottery ticket, you know?
Yeah. But, you know, they got to hammer the first guy. First guy who gets nailed's really going to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they let Tim Donaghy affect the entire outcome of a season.
Right.
I got super drunk after that happened. I DM'd Calvin Ridley because his DMs are open.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you didn't do fucking shit wrong, bro. They're like, this is bullshit. You need me to put in some bets for you next year? Hit me up.
Eddie play.
Yeah.
I tweeted that I think DraftKings should sign him on as an endorsement deal.
Yep.
Got a career set up.
1 point.
It's so weird. It's so weird because like someone that's been in the shadows for so long. Like it's just like legalized weed now. Like
yeah,
I used to buy dirt from people and fucking behind the mall, you know, and now it's like I go buy it from a fucking guy with a master's degree in fucking botany or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. You're seeing the terpenes on here. It really gives you that piney aftertaste.
That's weird. So I thought the brewery guys were annoying, but these bud tenders are like
it's the same thing, man.
It doesn't get me high. Like, come on.
Oh shit! 1 point game.
I don't know if it's gonna happen, dude. I don't know what's going on.
I was trying to whisper it. Oh, Kyrie just started going off.
No, the thing that's the biggest joke is that if you knew all the shady shit that sports betting companies do and allow, like It's ridiculous that Calvin Ridley's in trouble for making a fucking 6-teamer and an 8-teamer. Like, sportsbook companies will let people launder money. They'll turn the other cheek. So, yeah, Nets are favored in play now to win.
Yeah, you got to smash the public thing to keep everybody's eyes off what you're doing in the shadows. You know what I mean? I think that's,
I suppose,
crime 101.
right? Hey, no, look over here.
I don't think what those Arizona State guys did was wrong either. Like, those guys, I think there's like a 30 for 30 type of thing on them shaving points.
Yeah.
Always to win though. Like, they never like threw a game.
They were trying to keep it under the spread.
Right.
They were favored in every game.
You know how hard that would be to do?
Yeah. Like, ask that Kansas guy on Monday.
And wasn't it a random guy too?
Sure, he ran out of bounds twice just to make sure. He's like, well, they might miss this one.
Oh, and he traveled just in case they didn't call that.
I'm surprised he didn't go out there dribbling with both hands.
I was so mad too because I had Carolina +4, and I'm like, oh no.
That's set up for a perfect situation to cover. There was enough time where they were going to foul, and not enough time for that. They would have to hit a fucking like half-court shot to cover.
Well, Caleb Love couldn't hit anything anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how the tournament challenge scoring works, but if North Carolina would have won, would I have been higher than 6th in our league? Like,
is that who you picked?
I picked North Carolina. I was the only other person other than Yeti.
I think Yeti would have won, and you would have probably got 2nd, I would think.
Wow.
Let me brag on my lovely wife, Hot Sauce, man. She won $489 in her big money pool.
I saw that she sent out a tweet just trashing you.
Yeah, with a typo in it. Can't talk shit to me and have a typo. Sorry. Hot Sauce, if you're listening. She's over there.
You're listening.
But she's made money in March Madness pools like 5 years in a row. It's fucking annoying.
So this is random. Go ahead.
I lost to my boss who picked Georgia State to beat Gonzaga. But she picked Kansas to win it all. Somehow.
The first year she ever filled out a bracket, I was like, always pick a 12 seed. Like a 12 seed always wins.
Yeah.
She thought I meant that the 12 seed always wins the tournament. So she had somebody, it might have been, was it Butler that year? It was a 12 that made like the Elite Eight or the Final Four or something that she had winning the championship. So she like didn't pick the champ, but she had so many points from that. They shouldn't have finished in like 2nd.
Nice.
And I was laughing at her. I was like, why'd you pick them to win the championship? What's wrong with you? And she's like,
well, you said to do that.
Yeah.
Why'd you told me?
Technically, that's what I said. A 12 seed always wins. So.
Yeah, Capo, I think you would have got 2nd.
That's what happened this year with my mother and my wife. They both picked St. John's. And we were just laughing at them because they always pick, the St. John's. It wasn't St. John's, St. Peter's.
St. Peter's.
Whatever. Sister, whatever.
Saint something or other. I'm expected to know all the saints now. I'm just
everybody was riding them, but I was whatever. Coppin State 15 over the Gamecocks, 20 years ago. So I was jealous. But this is random as shit. I was just scrolling down the TV guide, and why do they have a random 2002 game on the NFL Network between the Chiefs and the Chargers? Any guesses?
2002?
LaDainian Tomlinson do something?
Like what's random as shit for today? Like today's date? Like
I got nothing.
10-7 in the second quarter. Like what the fuck? It's early April.
Do you have an answer to this, or you're just asking?
I'm curious as shit. I was just saying what other NBA games were on, but yeah, that's I was just gonna show killer right there, but like what the fuck, like random as shit.
I'll go with LaDainian Tomlinson's birthday. We'll make something up.
Yeah.
Priest Holmes, maybe.
Priest Holmes had 5
Priest
TDs,
Holmes.
something like that.
Yeah, that takes me back. That's a good nostalgic fantasy name.
Mm-hmm.
How many years did he have where he was that good? 2, 3?
Like, I don't even know if he had that. I think he had a couple of good runs. I just remember him being injured.
No, it was like 3 or 4 years. So Ravens drafted Jamal Lewis. We won the Super Bowl with him and Priest.
Go
And
Vols.
then we traded Priest or let Priest go. And they won it was like 3 or 4 years in a row where he was the best running back in the entire league. And we're like, why the hell we let him go?
Jamal was good though.
Yeah, but the Chiefs had like a system. Because
Yeah,
wasn't
'cause
Larry
they
Johnson the best for like 2 years?
Yeah,
Charles,
he was great.
There was a CJ, right? Was it? What?
It was like the Chiefs and the Broncos had systems where no matter who you put in,
Right.
they were dominant.
Denver with a series of 1,000-yard rushers that finally ends with like a first-round draft pick that can't do it.
That was
Like all these
Shanahan.
guys, hey, he's undrafted. You get you 1,200 yards. Zone block, one cut, go.
I'm gonna jump off, guys.
I'm going to jump off to it. Should we just call it?
I definitely cashed the under.